guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jan Nicole and this is the best booktube in the 254. Best, yes, best. The best booktube channel in the 254. I cannot stress that enough. Anyway, today I want to talk about a book that I read. It's a book series. In my first video, the one of introduction, when I was introducing myself to the booktube community, I talked about book series, and the first book series that I ever read, and that was by J.K. Rowling, aka Robert Galbraith. So in the series, I've told you that I've read 4 books in that series. I've read The Cuckoo's Calling, Career of Evil, Little White, and The Silkworm. There's the 5th one that I haven't read though. So, but today I want to talk about the second book, Career of Evil. I read that book a long time ago, maybe some 5 years ago or 4. Around there. So but the other day I watched a series about it. So the series is called Strike. So I saw it and thought of why not try watch a book series that I've read. So I wanted to see if whatever I've read is captured in the series. So Career of Evil it is. So I wanted to feel it, whether the book series is the book you read is the same as the movie you see. So I realized that in the movie, whatever you've read in the book, okay, it's illustrated but not that deep as it's in the book. So we'll see about it, but let's get into it. Subscribe, turn on that notification bell, subscribe up there, and let's get to business. Yes, business. You know how we roll, you know how we do with business. Anyway, Career of Evil is about Cormoran Strike, who is the main character. Cormoran Strike is a detective, and he has an assistant by the name Robin Ellicott. So Cormoran Strike is a detective that has done this work for quite a long time, and he's also an ex-soldier, ex-army in Afghanistan. Yes, he got himself an injury that almost took his life. So his leg was amputated. So he has a prosthetic leg. In his escapades with criminals and murderers and thugs and whatever, his leg always gets sore, and painful. So that's the type of guy. I've given you a picture of him. So he maneuvers around, but is good at his work. Robin, on the other end, is this young lady. He is in a relationship with this guy called Matthew, and Matthew is that insecure guy. He has a bit of insecurity issues. On one hand, he claims to love Robin. On the other hand, he thinks that Robin is kinda sleeping with his boss. The boss here, Cormoran Strike. So you know the type of guy Matthew is. You can read it. You can read between the lines. So Matthew is that insecure guy. He has a beautiful girlfriend that he's been loving since childhood. And with the ladies, ladies with their first love. So Matthew is Robin's first love. So whatever he does, sometimes he cheats, sometimes, but she still loves him. But until she gets into a serious industry like the one she is in right now, she is thinking otherwise. But as we continue with the series, you'll get to know. I would have explained better if I had started with the first series, that is the Cuckoo's Calling. But I think I'll do it on the next one. I'll probably do it so that I bring this picture to you. It's a kind of spoiler for those who haven't read it, but still you can read it on your own and understand it deeper. Myself, I don't believe in spoilers. You can spoil it for me 1,000 times, but I'll still read it or watch that movie or series. So I don't give a damn. Anyway, that's Robin for you, that's Matthew for you, and that's Cormoran straight for you. Cormoran, on the other end, is not in a relationship, not a serious relationship. He had loved this one lady called Charlotte, yes, the beautiful Charlotte, but things didn't go well, so he's not in a relationship now, but he can sleep around, anyway, let's go back to our series, Career of Eve. So Career of Eve starts when Robin is in their office, that is, doing their daily errands, receiving calls, receiving parcels. When people want things to be investigated, they give you calls, you record them. So Robin kind of acts like Robin is assistant to Strike, so she'll be the receptionist, the customer care, the errands person, name it also. Yeah. So in her daily errands, she receives a parcel. The parcel is to be received by her. Yes, Elacott. So she signs this parcel. The parcel guy, the delivery guy, had a helmet covering his head and face, and she couldn't see it, and because she was busy, she just signed that she's received the parcel, and she's continuing with her calls in the office as usual. But unboxing this parcel, she was on call, but when unboxing the parcel, whatever she sees scares her to hell. She turns pale immediately. And Cormoran, on the other end, was also receiving a call from someone in a same office but different area. But she hears this kind of commotion in Robin's office, so she tells the other person on the other phone, on the other end, that he'll call back. She goes to Robin. Robin has turned pale. Whatever she's seen has scared her to death. So she's a little bit taken aback. She can't believe it. Do you know what the parcel was? Whatever the parcel was carrying was a leg. Yes, a lady's leg. You can get it in your head. A lady's leg. So Strike calls the police. And Robin is not that much into this industry, so she still has fears. She has panic attacks, but sometimes she doesn't show it. When they receive a leg, they don't know whose leg it is. They don't know what message the person who sent it has for them, So they do. That's good thing with being a detective. Whatever you receive, they always they give you action, something to do. So he takes them to the field. They want to know who delivered this parcel, how was he looking, the details, but apparently they can't think of it. But Strike thinks that maybe he has enemies that would send him such a message, because this leg was sent with a note in it, and the note seems like Strike knew what was written. It's like lyrics of a song or a book. Strike has mastered it, and he recites it with the police, and people are talking about, okay, you know that there is the lyrics of the book, by someone, another author or a musician, rapper, whichever. Can't get it, but yeah. So they go about investigating here and there, but Strike is worried about Robin, because Robin is not much used to that world, But Strike is a veteran. He's seen blood, he's seen death, he's seen everything. He has seen it all, but Robin is still a little shaky, and sometimes he fears for her that she might leave the job and leave him alone. He has become used to Robin being around and helping, so they always talk. Sometimes when the journalist, how they always want to know what is happening, the information, the juicy part of it. So Strike is not all that. He doesn't want that fame or celebrity. In fact, the journalist, whenever he wins a case, the journalists don't always have his pictures. They always put the picture of him that he took a very long time ago. So that's the kind of man we are dealing with here. He doesn't like fame. He doesn't like being a celebrity, but he's winning big cases. He's a well-known person, but people don't really get to see him lots. He always pass by the journalist. If he opens a door and sees them, he closes the door and remain inside until the journalist gets tired and go away. So sometimes he warns Robin of those journalists, the scavengers of news. Yes. So they go about with their errands, daily investigating, pretending to be someone else, doing all that, but at the end they get to this matter. It's not Strike enemies that wanted to show him that message. There's actually a serial killer. In fact, this career of evil is from these evil deeds of this one person who his career is just evil. In fact, whatever he does to his victims, for anyone who is not a fan of thriller or mystery, I'm sorry, this will spoil your mood, but I got to say it. This man is a man, has a career in doing evil things. He's so much evil that whatever is done to his victims, he keeps them as souvenirs. He chops somebody's head, he chops somebody's leg, someone's hand here and there. He even stores them on the freezer so that they are frozen and ice cold, and deliver them as parcel. So that's the kind of man Cormoran, Strike and Robin are dealing with. So it's a dangerous business here and there, and at the end of it all, this man Strike finally catches up with him. Strike goes to his house. This is towards the end. Strike goes to his house, where the evil is in the flesh. Whatever strikes is this I watched in the movie. No, it is in the book still, but there's a way they, as I've told you, the movie doesn't really give that book impression. It doesn't capture it very nicely, but the book has the details that you can picture in your mind and the images you see. So the freezer, their legs here and their limbs, head, ribs, brain. Hey, this man is so evil, man. So evil. I don't know where he throws their bodies. He can even chop and eat. He's also a rapist, and even molested his own child. Not his own. The mother, he was the stepfather. So he's a child abuser. All those very heartbreaking, all those evil things. He is child abuser. He abuses child, he abuses women, beats them. In fact, he beats his wife left, right and center. He almost beat Robin until somehow she managed to escape. And but who is Strike? He catches up with him, and the man gets arrested for injustice is served at long last. But people are evil. That man is so evil. So that's all for today. I'm even feeling, this something good about this book is that you always read them and they give you that impression. There's a way the authors want you to feel. So I'm feeling that the book is good. So I haven't spoiled it much. I haven't spoiled it much, but you can read it. It's a nice one. You can read it and internalize and see how, in as much as this is fiction, these things happen in the real life. They happen. There are people out here that do such things to men, to women, to children, but they are not caught, because even in this book we have many of them outside here, men and women who are in suits, but deep inside they are monsters. They are evil, psychopaths, sociopaths, whatever. Ice cold. They are very cold, calm and collected, but deep inside they are worse. So rating for this book, how would I rate? 8/10 or 9? 8. Let's go with 8. So you can read it, and I hope you enjoy it. For this one is not for the faint-hearted, because whatever is in the book, even whatever is in the book, you can capture it. For lovers of mystery thrillers, this one is good for you. For people who cannot take that, please don't read it. We don't want you to sleep at night having nightmares of evil people who use knives and chop your eyes from their balls. We don't want you to have nightmares. So that's it for today. Have a good one, and I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.